Let's talk IndyCar. Roger Penske, legendary owner, has bought the Long Beach Grand Prix. That will preserve IndyCar racing here on the West Coast. I mean, he's a pioneer. He's the most successful IndyCar owner, NASCAR owner, owns the Motor Speedway, owns the Indy 500. He has now bought the Long Beach Grand Prix, which is about to celebrate its 50th anniversary. He wants to expand street course racing. They've got, obviously, oval. They've got road courses. They'd like to expand street course racing. He's a brilliant, brilliant man at the sunset of his life. Roger Penske buys the Long Beach Grand Prix. NASCAR, we have talked about the Michael Jordan lawsuit against NASCAR, the antitrust violation he claims over the fact that NASCAR says every team has to have a charter. The charter gives NASCAR control of revenue streams, etc. Michael Jordan and Front Row Racing, another racing team, have sued NASCAR and have said, what you're doing is an antitrust violation. We have to be able to earn money to compete. You're limiting how much we can earn, but you're making us pay all the expenses. Well, they tried to go to court to get an injunction. Judge said, no, you have to negotiate with NASCAR. They just reached agreement. NASCAR will allow Michael Jordan and Front Row Racing to operate next year without a charter. You don't have a charter. That means you don't get a guaranteed spot in the top 36 places on the grid. It means you got to qualify. If you don't have a charter and you don't qualify for a race, you're losing some of your sponsorship money. This whole thing is about how much money I can generate by being in the starting grid. But they're going to compete, and it's called open classification. Michael Jordan's 23X team and Front Row Racing will compete as independents and try to qualify for 36 races while the antitrust lawsuit goes forward.
Wow.
The intangible, they're represented by a guy by the name of Jeffrey Kessler. He's the best sports antitrust lawyer the globe has ever seen. NASCAR's got a problem. Jeffrey Kessler might kick their ass in this antitrust lawsuit. But that being said, Michael Jordan and Bubba Wallace and those guys and 23X team and Front Row Racing, they're going to run as independents next year and try to qualify for every race. So that's auto racing. Soccer, Team USA won its first game under Mauricio Pochettino, their new coach. Beat Jamaica 1-0 on Friday in the first round of the Nations League. Ricardo Pepi scored the only goal of the game. They played really well. They play tonight. Second game against Jamaica. They win this one. They move on into group play in the second round. You're a smart guy. Please tell me you didn't subscribe to this. Please tell me you were not part of the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson money grab.
I was part of it. I'm an existing subscriber of Netflix.
Dumbass.
It was a mess.
Was that a fight or was that a fraud?
It was a spectacle. That's how I frame it.
Mike Tyson threw 2 punches at the start and then danced the rest of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Paul is not a finished product as a boxer.
No.
If he went into the ring against anybody else, they'd be carrying him out of the ring right now. You know, he purports to be a heavyweight. Well, maybe within 2 years of boxing trials and skills and practices and fights, maybe he will. But that was terrible. And I paid Tyson all that money to dance all night. Boy, you're an idiot.
An idiot?
Why would you do that?
No, it was that
You're
was a great
your
event.
money away. Throw it to me.
No, well, I already subscribed to Netflix,
Okay.
but it didn't cost me any incremental dollars. But it was a pain in the ass because the streaming was so screwed up, and we could see hints of this as the night went on. But I was always hitting the back button and restarting, this particular show. But just to go on the Tyson fight. It was just the whole thing. It was like the night at the fight night, and people are there, the celebrities are there, people are dressed up.
The Gillette Cavalcade of Sports.
Yeah,
Friday night fights.
Exactly. And you got the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders and that women's championship match the lead up to
that was a war.
That was really an entertaining and competitive match. And by the way, they got the call wrong on that one. Yes. The woman that lost should have won. And then, even the early bouts, I'm not necessarily a, big fans of boxing, but I just, it's just the romance of boxing and all the boxing movies that we watch. It was just kind of fun and a little different than watching MMA. But Jake Paul, let's just call him what he is. He's not a legit boxer, but the dude made 40 million bucks, and he's big time on social media. That's not a bad way to make a living. And yeah, I mean, who did he fight? Nate Robinson, who's like, what, 5'4" or something like that.
Former NBA player.
Yeah, exactly.
Who got knocked out too.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it was just neat seeing Mike Tyson again, because we all loved what he was when he was at the top of his game. He was so magnificent. And Mike showed his age, but Mike got paid too. And so everyone seemed to be pretty happy.
You're amazing. You're just beyond description right now. Okay, we got a lot of topics on the table that